So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a new Intalio webinar. Today, we have a very interesting topic. We're going to be talking about humanizing digital transformation. Okay, we're going to deep dive into topics like leadership, uh, process optimization, people-powered AI innovation. And of course, we're also going to be talking about change management, which is a very important topic nowadays. Okay. So, of course, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sherif Arfa. I'm the content team lead at Intalio. And it's an absolute honor to be one of the speakers of today's webinar. And the second speaker for today is Intalio's Group PMO Director, Muhammad Al Huseli. Hello, Muhammad.
Hello, Sherif. Thank you for having me today, and thank you for selecting this very interesting topic.
Excited?
Yeah, super excited.
Okay, amazing. Okay, so today we're going to be exploring a very interesting topic, a very debatable topic nowadays also, which is basically humanizing digital transformation. Okay, so and hopefully, myself and Muhammad, we will try to shed light upon the most significant and the most critical insights within this topic. Okay, so regarding the agenda for today, it's actually a very interesting one. We will start by Intalio's global leadership, our market dominance around the world, our presence, the different countries, the different continents, and so on. And number two, it will be time for the roadblocks that are hindering the AI powered and the people powered AI innovation. Okay. Number three, we're going to be tackling the principles of humanizing this transformation, which are basically the solutions. Okay. And then it will be time for what is the role of the top management? A very important question. Their leadership, the change management that is required. We're going to be tackling this. And then we're going to have some kind of project management perspective. Muhammad will tell us more about how to lead AI projects, okay, and the trust gap that people are facing nowadays, and what is actually the project management's role in this, okay? We will also be tackling how to manage the human resistance, and finally, we're going to tell you about Intalio's transformation journey, okay? Okay, so moving on. Okay, so Intalio has been in the market for more than 30 years. It has been truly a very intensive journey of expertise, of innovation. Definitely, it was a very intensive one. Okay, and throughout this journey, we're proud to say that we have implemented more than 1,000 successful projects around the globe. Now, here you would ask the question, how? How? It's basically thanks to more than 700 dedicated professionals around the world with different nationalities, in different countries, different languages, and so on. Okay? We're also proud to say that we have very prestigious certifications and awards, including ISO, including Omdia, including Gartner. Regarding Omdia, we've been named the leader in the Omdia Universe 2024-2025. And Gartner, we've been acknowledged for excellence in Gartner Magic Quadrant and Pure Insights. And of course, CyberVadis, which was a very recent a score of 936 out of 1,000. Okay? Okay, so number one, let's start with the roadblocks. The first one we want to talk about today is basically, okay, the overly traditional approaches. And when we say overly traditional approaches, we mean the rigid ones, the ones that are very IT based, okay? And of course, most of us know that these type of approaches require long development cycles, okay? So this is the first step. This is the first step, and this is the first roadblock that needs to be solved. Number two is basically the human-centered barriers, okay? There's always, in any enterprise, there's always a fear of new tools. Employees are used to a specific set of tasks that they come every single day and they get to do. So introducing a new tool, a new AI-powered tool, okay, might cause some fear in the organization. First of all, is this tool going to replace them? That's the question, okay? And the second question is, They fear this product, they fear this solution in order to use it because it's new. It's going to take them out of their comfort zone. Okay? And of course, each employee has a specific set of skills. So some of them might have a fast adoption, some of them might be slow, and so on. Number three, third one we want to talk about is basically pain points that derail the progress. Some transformations are characterized by being very, very centered around the top management. Okay, and this is where the employees in the organization, they feel that they were not onboarded on this journey. Okay, and this is why they feel that some kind of low engagement. And of course, we have to pinpoint that this results in what? In a very, very low adoption of the new tool. Okay, Sherif, what you're saying is very nice. So what are the solutions for this? Number one is basically the empathy and involvement. Okay, so again, we said that there's lots of resistance from employees, but the thing is, if you onboard them from day one, and when we say from day one, we mean during the selection process of the product or the software or the solution that you're choosing for digital transformation, usually what happens is the top management choose this product and then they cascade this information to the employees. Okay, we're going to be using this product. So the employees feel disconnected. This is the low engagement we're talking about. At the end of the day, what we want to say is the employees are the ones who are going to use the system every single day. Okay, so it's very important to onboard them even during the selection process of the product itself, which is very important. So during comparing between different vendors, it's very important to onboard the employees in this selection process. Number two is the usability and the design. You should try as much as possible to avoid complex tools that are not very user-friendly. The guide is always best case practice, interfaces that are user-friendly, maybe that are low-code, no-code, like for example, Intalio Workflow, one of the most important products of Intalio Workflow, which basically, let's say you have lots of repetitive tasks that your employees work on, okay? And you want to automate these processes. So using Intalio Workflow, which is a low-code, no-code tool, okay? The business users, we're not talking about IT, we're talking about business users that know the business very well, that know the business processes very well. They can design their workflows. How? Is it complex? These are fancy words. Is it complex as it sounds? No. Using drag and drop features, they can design a workflow, they can automate it, okay? And this way, the employees can focus on the more strategic tasks. The third one we want to talk about is basically training, coaching, and support, okay? So basically, as we said, there's going to be different level of adoption level from the employees. Some of them are going to be fast, some of them are going to struggle at the beginning a little bit to get used to the new software. And this is why training and coaching and support is extremely important. The final stage is basically the feedback loops. And this is one of the most important stages because basically, let's say you tried out the software, you found some strength point. There are some bottlenecks that might come up during the process itself. So this is very important to choose a product that's flexible, that can be configured, and so on. Okay. Okay, moving on. What is the role of leadership and change management? Okay, so let's remember, or let's recall, what is the topic of this webinar. The topic is basically humanizing digital transformation. Okay, so yes, new products are AI powered and so on, but people have a fear that AI might replace them. So we're trying to address this fear. Okay, that this digital transformation is centered around people. It is AI based, of course. However, it is centered around people. People are the ones who lead it, who drive it. Okay, so this is the objective of the webinar. Here, we're talking about the leadership and change management. What is required from the top management? Okay. Okay, during the selection of the product, it's very important. You're going from point A to point B. Okay. During the selection and after actually the implementation of it, you need to set a very clear vision. Okay, and what do we mean by this? Because vision is a very fancy word. We mean to cascade the why. Why is the enterprise doing this transformation? the employees might not know, because of course they do not know the bird eye view picture, as people like to call it. Okay, so this is where leadership should come in. They should emphasize the why. And number two is empowering early champions and pilot teams. This is very important. Okay, let's say you chose a specific product for digital transformation, and you want to try it out as a pilot in a specific department, and you can see where the strengths are, the bottlenecks are, before you start rolling out to the other departments, so that the implementation process is very efficient and optimized. Number three is communication with clarity and purpose. Okay, remember the why that we talked about. Remember, not only this is important, but you need to tell employees what is expected from every single one of them. Where is his role in this bigger picture? Okay, this is the level of engagement we're trying to talk about. And number four is support through training and quick wins, as we said, maybe documentation, maybe early success stories. Okay, and finally, the measuring, listening, and adjusting. Remember the feedback loops that we talked about? This is where this fits in. Okay, so ensuring that employees are satisfied, ensuring that the bottlenecks they're talking about, because at the end of the day, as we said, they are the ones using the software every single day. So making sure that those bottlenecks are taken into consideration. Okay? Okay. Allow me to pass on the mic to Muhammad to tell us more about how to lead AI projects, the project management's perspective regarding leading AI projects, how to handle people, addressing the fear, addressing the resistance. It will be lovely to hear from Muhammad's technical expertise in this. Muhammad, tell us.
Thank you, Sherif, for this introduction to myself and sharing this impressive information, and for sure to select this very, very important topic nowadays. As you know, AI is not just transforming technology; it's transforming trust. The best AI succeed because of people alignment and people understanding, not just algorithm and building the best model around the world. There are numerous opportunity to deliver AI solutions. However, the challenges become more and more complex with AI projects. To understand the difference between AI project or managing AI project and normal software projects, we can see in this chart from PMI or project management institutions. On the left side, we can find the traditional software project life cycle. It usually starts with initiating, planning, execution, monitoring, and the close or project closure. And on the right side, we can find the AI newly appointed process to manage AI project life cycle. It starts with business understanding, data preparation, and model development, and so on. The two main differences between the traditional software project manager and AI project manager is the data and the people understanding for the AI and how we can use AI. Those 2 points are the two major differences between the traditional and the AI projects. As you can see, 70% of top performers companies, according to McKinsey survey in 2024, they are struggling and find a lot of difficulties managing data in AI projects. Managing data, put a proper governance for data collection and collecting data to support the AI projects. And less than it's only 25% of leaders believe that their organization are highly or very highly prepared for addressing governance and risks around the AI or adoption to AI, generative AI mainly.
Mhm.
And we have to ask ourselves a very, very important question. Are we trusting AI as individuals, as company leaders, as C levels? Next. According to survey from PwC, only 29% of CEOs see that they are strongly trust embedding AI into core operations for their companies. So this is a very, very low percentage when it comes to AI phenomena around the world. And we have to ask ourselves why CEOs or this very low percentage of CEOs didn't trust AI or embedding AI into core operation for the company. Two main reasons. That the first one is they are believe that or dealing with AI as a black box. They are not aware or about the main capabilities for AI. How can AI get benefit of AI into the operation? How much saving they can do by embedding AI into the core operations? And another factor is hesitation. There are a lack of transparency. They thought that AI maybe the AI models may be biased into a certain side, and the also fear of culture barriers and so on.
Mhm.
Uh, so, what's the project management rule in managing AI projects? As we discussed, transparency is the key. Uh, but what is transparency? Transparency, according to survey done by BWC in 2025, is not about showing everything. It's about showing what's matter. Also, according to McKinsey survey in 2024, uh, 40% of people who respond to this survey identify that transparency in AI decision is a key risk. However, only less than 17% take mitigation actions to mitigate this risk. So again, this is a very low percentage. So, as a project manager or project manager who are managing AI project, you should take care about these factors and put a proper mitigation plans for this risk to increase your success factors to manage these projects. So, project manager have to engage the business users in early stages of planning for these projects. Also, to set the stakeholders' expectations properly. As you know, people usually come with AI project with a lot of very very high expectations from AI, and as we can see from a different experience, AI is not just magic magic keys that will resolve all of our issues. It should be have a specific scope to manage a certain case, business case, and we have to resolve this issue and come with output for the business users. Also, to resolve the transparency issue, project manager should tolerate communication to have a certain message for executives, to users and developers, and to not have the same message for all of these peoples. So, for the executives, we should share the very high level scope, the business items like how the company will save cost and money in this, what's the main risks in security, privacy, and the data, and so on, as we described. And for the developer, different message, and for the end users, how they can benefit from AI model. Also, a very important topic is to establish a data governance. As we described, data is a cornerstone in AI projects. So we must have a data governance and ethics framework established or published with the project launch. how the AI will collect the data, what's data to be shared internal and what's the data to be shared external, and so on. And to acknowledge the limitations for AI, and share it honestly with the stakeholders. Thanks.
Perfect.
And one of the main important topics is for sure is to manage resistance, as people answered in the survey. So you will face a lot of resistance, mainly from the people, from the main stakeholders, people who will or supposed to use the system or the AI solutions. So according to the survey from Open Data Science website, 48% of organization report culture resistance. So sometimes the resistance came from culture barriers. People are not fully aware about these new technologies. Their culture by default denies these new technologies, and so that it's a threat for them. And 52% of organizations say that lack of knowledge is the biggest obstacles to AI adoption. Again, it's AI. Everyone know about AI, but there are less people know how AI works, how they can benefit from AI solutions. So, as a project manager, you should plan for this resistance, to have a proper plan, as we described, communication plan and stakeholder management plans to overcome the fears, the confusion, the culture barriers. And another very important factor is to treat AI as an organizational change, not just AI IT change. This is why we must have cross functions teams. So you cannot succeed with only the IT guys. You have to engage the business people, people from HR, from internal communication, from finance, and so on. Based on the project scope, you have to format or engage different people from different departments, to ensure that everybody is aligned, everybody is sharing the risks, managing the fear and resistance from these people. And you, for sure, you can get benefit, or the structured change models or change management, well-known models like ADKAR and Kotter can help you in this change.
Okay, so I guess it's time for the conclusion. Okay, in order to conclude, we have to say that an enterprise that wants to go from point A to point B needs products that drive this digital transformation. Okay, and since Intalio has been in the market for more than 30 years, we're proud to say that it has one of the most prestigious, some of the most prestigious products in the market, including Intalio Document, Workflow, Correspondence. As an example, Intalio Document helps transform an enterprise from being paper-based, okay, into electronic format, which saves a lot of time on versions of different documents, on collaboration. People can search for them easily, and so on. Number two is Intalio Workflow. We've spoken about Intalio Workflow, if you remember, where an organization that has so many repetitive tasks, it takes so much of the time of the employees every single day. By using a low-code, no-code tool, a business user without much technical knowledge can design a workflow, an automated workflow. And thanks to this, employees can focus on the more strategic tasks. Number three, of course, is Intalio Correspondence, which helps enterprises manage incoming and outgoing correspondences in a very, very effective way. You have a visual tracking feature in which you can see where is the correspondence right now, and so on. And number four is basically Intalio Insight. Okay, most C-level executives nowadays are focusing on dashboards. Okay, how to make decisions based on dashboards, colorful dashboards. Okay, so this is where the power of Intalio Insight comes in. And all of this is powered by AI features, Intalio AI, So features that complement these products to make them stronger, to make them AI powered. Like for example, smart semantic search. If you want to search for a document and maybe you don't remember the name very well, okay, the smart semantic search can help you it understands the context of your query and finds the document for you. The summarization feature, the talk to doc, where you're basically talking to the document, okay, and you're asking it questions. Maybe you don't have time, so you want to ask the document questions and the answers, you get instant answers. Remember the high expectations that Muhammad was talking about earlier? This is where the talk to doc fits in, okay? And many, many more AI features. So to conclude the idea of this webinar, AI-powered products are extremely important, and when they are humanized and they put people at their center, so that people are the ones that lead them, so that people do not fear them, they feel engaged, they feel onboarded, they feel that the user interface is easy, they feel that the tools and the products are low code and no code, so they can design workflows themselves. This is the level of humanized digital transformation that we were trying to shed light upon today. I guess this is the end of this webinar. Muhammad, thank you so much for your time. It was an
Thank
absolute
you.
pleasure.
It's my
And
honor to be with you.
amazing. And thank you so much for our audience. We hope we were able to shed some expert level insights on today's topic. We're looking forward to seeing you soon in our next webinars. So until then, thank you and goodbye.
Bye.